on the following new measures, effective from Saturday, September 18 until October 28, 2021. Of course, you know that the curfews go to 5 a.m. the following day. So for curfews, the effective date would be October 29th, 2021 at 5 a.m. Now, curfews. Effective from Sunday, September 18th, the curfew hours will be as follows. Mondays to Fridays from 8 p.m. nightly to 5 a.m. the following morning. Let me repeat, on Mondays to Fridays from 8 p.m. nightly to 5 a.m. the following morning. On Saturdays, the curfew will commence at 6 p.m. and continue all day. It starts at 6 p.m. and continues for the rest of the day, Saturday, to 5 a.m. Now, bear in mind, Sunday is a no movement day. Right. So I want to read it carefully so everybody understands. So on Saturday, technically the curfew begins at 6 p.m. on Saturday. But it will continue throughout Sunday to 5 a.m. on Monday. Alright? So Sunday is a no movement day. For clarity, the weekday no movement days will be discontinued. So the no movement day on Monday and the no movement day on Tuesday will be discontinued. But from Saturday 6 p.m. straight through Sunday to 5 a.m. on Monday, full curfew, no movement. The public should bear in mind that National Heroes Day, Monday, October 18th, which is a public holiday, will also be a no movement day. So Heroes Day, Monday, October 18th, will be a no movement day. We have changed the curfew hour from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Mondays to Fridays, not as a loosening up of measures. I don't want that to be the interpretation. The epidemiologists and other experts at the Ministry of Health, having reviewed the data, and we're now starting to examine transportation in greater detail, took the view that 8 o'clock is a better time to allow for the clearing of congestion and to reduce the crushing of persons trying to get onto public transportation to get home. So it is a consideration of the public's convenience and safety, and not a consideration of increasing movement times. That's not the objective of it. So we have moved from 7 to 8 p.m. in recognition of this challenge that we face when we have tighter curfews, especially if we have to have them over a long period of time. Quick word on the ENDS program, that is the e-commerce national delivery system, continues to be operational, and we encourage persons to use the system. Businesses and delivery operators registered on the ENDS system will be able to operate after curfew hours until midnight and on no movement days. The general public gathering limit remains at 10 persons. Places of worship will continue to be restricted to having no more than 20 persons in attendance. The number of persons permitted to physically attend a wedding remains at 20. The limit on persons physically attending annual or extraordinary general meetings remains at 20. No physical attendance will be allowed at any event hosted by a public entity. Only virtual events will be permitted. The existing work from home directive in the public sector is being extended until October 28, 2021. Permanent secretaries and heads of agencies are directed to strictly ensure that only persons who work in critical service delivery and the nature of the work requires that the job functions are performed at the physical location of the office. Only those persons should be allowed to come to work. For private sector, I urge employers to ensure only employees who cannot work from home actually come into the workplace. In terms of places of worship, as I've said before, they will be restricted to having no more than 20 persons attending in person, including the clergy and support personnel. No crusades, conferences, or conventions are permitted. The same arrangements that were in place over the last 4 weeks in terms of allowing persons who worship on Sunday to be able to move about on no movement days, those arrangements remain in place. And this specifically is that the church would issue to the 20 congregants a specific form that is gazetted that would give them permission to travel on the no movement day. We have therefore decided to allow funeral services, but with a maximum of 20 persons physically present, including mourners, clergy, and support personnel. For clarity, this takes effect on Saturday, September 18th. Madam Speaker, I urge everyone to strictly follow the protocols and the restriction on numbers. If we observe any lack of compliance, we will have no option but to reconsider this allowance of funerals. Let me be clear, Madam Speaker. The existing restrictions and protocols for burials will continue. Burials are permitted on Monday to Friday between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. with a maximum of 15 persons present. As a reminder, burials are not permitted on public holidays, and note that National Heroes Day falls within the period of the new measure, meaning it is a no movement day. So, Madam Speaker, I want to clarify something here. So, the allowance for funerals starts on Saturday, the 18th. But remember now, burials are only permitted on a weekday, and they are not permitted on a weekend or on a no movement day. So we are not expecting that there would be any funerals on Saturday. It's highly unusual that people would have funerals on one day and then burial on another day. So the way in which we have designed it is that so that we don't have a different start time for different measures. So the entire set of orders starts on the 18th. This measure becomes effective on the 18th, but we are not expecting that there will be funerals on the 18th, bearing in mind that there are no burials on a Saturday. Sometimes when the burials have been affected by heavy rains, they have had to be rescheduled, and the disruption could be long. So if it rains within the week, they would have to hold the body for an entire week and go into the weekday before they could bury. Now, what they're asking is for special permission to be given for burials to be rescheduled to a day that is not a no movement day. If, for example, there was heavy rains or other natural disasters that was declared as such by ODPEM, that they would be able to apply to ODPEM to to have the burials rescheduled, as I said, to another day, meaning that in the event of heavy rains or other natural disasters that disrupts the funeral schedule, they could apply to ODPEM, and ODPEM in its discretion could allow burials on a Saturday, for example, in this case. Now, barring any significant changes in our numbers, the new measures will generally remain in place from Saturday, September 18th until Thursday, October 28th.